What's up, guys? Travels here. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to do some WarFails footage of a couple different teams. This was my first war with the Damned, and this is a recent alliance switch for me. I haven't been in a competitive war alliance in probably 3 or 4 months. This was an off war against Multiverse. Multiverse is highly competitive and a real hard team to beat. So it was nice to see some of these massive teams. I haven't really got to see a lot of BH Doom, a lot of larger heroes for hire, and just some larger teams overall. So I put in a couple of the WarFails in here. After the patch goes live tonight, I will be doing some blue ISO testing. Would love to hear in the comments section anyone in particular you'd love to see with some blue ISO or some green ISO 5 and some different teams for some more content videos coming up here. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe and make sure you leave a like and some comments in the video. First off here, I had heard Shadowlands was capable of this BH Doom counter. I was really excited coming into war. I just G15 my Moon Knight thinking that Shadowlands was going to do some great things here, and honestly, I didn't do anything great with them all war except for like a 300k punch up at the very end, which was almost useless. Big thing here is to not get stuck behind Juggernaut or Blob as well, honestly. And the problem here for me was I wasn't able to ability block this early blinds. I'm not 100% positive on how to play this either. So this was a good test run. May have been some potential misplays, and it's like a 100k punch up, so it's not an easy punch across and or down. So right here, go to flip and get all the heals, which is fine. We also, with Moon Knight's ult, didn't land any ability blocks or disrupts, which would have been helpful. Disrupts on Juggernaut and Blob would have helped us get around. If we landed a disrupt on Blob in the beginning here, we could have got around him and put the ability block on Juggernaut. The whole point is to not get stuck behind one of them, and I get stuck behind both. Right here, I probably should have used the special here and got the clear. We get no clear on the taunt, so we're still stuck behind Juggernaut. Behind Blob. So, we'd like to get over to Juggernaut and land the ability block with White Tiger, but we're still stuck here on Jugs. So we're going to use an ult here and actually clear Blob, which is nice. And this is where, you got two options here. You want to ability block Doom here so he doesn't ult, but now we're stuck behind a Juggernaut taunt. So we're still not fast enough to get over there. We haven't made a kill fast enough. And all in all, this just goes sideways. The ult goes off, and it's over from there. So my first Shadowlands fail against a BH Doom. Bit of a punch up, but regardless, still a fail. This next fight I actually probably should have won. I misplayed it a couple times here. I sped up Doom a little too fast at the end. If I hadn't sped him up, there's a good chance I could have landed this. This is, about a 60-70k punch up. My Red Skull is super weak, and so is my Loki. And then Hela and Zemo and Surfer are all pretty much maxed. Hela's not maxed on ISO, but beyond that, she's pretty high. So the idea here is to try and get some ability blocks out here, and especially a 2-turn ability block, and get it spread over to Dr. Doom so he doesn't ult. The problem here was I got the ability block off, but the taunts came back up on Blob, which they were a little bit faster, and I didn't need to use a special there, but they're a little bit faster. So we used this special here. It does put a disrupt up on there from Doom, which is nice. We get our speed here. I thought the opening blind would really hinder this, and it wasn't going to work at all. Not getting any vulnerables thrown out was terrible. If Zemo wasn't blind or Hela wasn't blind and we got some vulnerables thrown out here, we should use a special here. We want Greg to die for more turn meter, and we use a basic, so that's a misplay. But there's no vulnerables out here, so it really eliminates how useful Surfer is as a striker to be able to throw his negative effects on someone and then steal the positive effects. So having a skirmisher here, like maybe even Loki as skirmisher, or even maybe Red Skull as skirmisher, probably would have been really helpful here. Right here we go for another ability block. Again, no vulnerable, so kind of useless. 2-turn ability block up here. which is good. You know, and then the concern here now is like we don't want Juggernaut to be sped up the most so that he goes next. We want to make sure that Hela goes before Jugs, because you don't want Jugs to throw a ton up and then not be able to spread the ability blocks, allowing Doom to go. So we ult here, get everyone stealthed. Doesn't matter. Loki's kind of useless after that special there. Spread the ability block. You can see we finally have a vulnerable up, which is really not tons of help at this point. Come back in. We'll be able to take care of Juggernaut here. Sorry, a blob. And then we can take care of Mags and Juggernaut with a Surfer special. So right here is where I really messed up. Instead of targeting Doom here, I should kill Toad. I should kill the bot here. I shouldn't target him. All of these targets and attacks should go at Toad. We should kill Toad. Right there. That's it. That was the big mess up there. Now he gets sped up. He gets to use his ult. We should have gone through, killed Toad, and then tried to work down Doom with some debuffs after. We didn't do that, so that's why we lost his attack, and then I had to bring in X-Force to finish it because I was just pissed at that point anyways. But all in all, this attack probably could work if it just played a little better. I played it pretty bad actually, but whatever. This was the match that I was waiting for all of War. I wanted a direct punch across. You know, I just watched Reminex's video kind of about some manipulation. I've done some Hydra counters on manipulation. I think the big problem was this was in Reactor, and everyone spawns with Disrupt, and it really hinders me. But I have Electra as my lowest health. I have White Tiger as my highest damage, and then Night Nurse as my highest health. So I was hoping that Electra would get killed a lot and respawn a lot. But see, no counters because we're disrupted. Try and pull some buffs off. Doesn't work too well. Again, Electra's still my most damage though, so she's going to take majority of the damage. Try and heal because I don't want those bleeds to kill Daredevil or White Tiger. Try and do an ability block. She then clears all of these debuffs, which is terrible. So Colleen clears everything. Basically negates everything that I've done so far in the fight. Elektra still, you know, Daredevil dying there sucks. Elektra is going to get killed again, which is fine. We want Elektra to die. White Tiger is still hanging in there. Elektra dies on the assist, which is the whole point and what we were trying to manipulate here. But at this point, it's over. We can't come back from this, and it was a little bit of a punch up 50k, but I think even, you know, Reactor security, I don't think it matters. This fight's not going to go that great, and I don't think this team is super capable of that punch across. This one here was just kind of more fun. I actually brought in just Axemen first to this fight. Full Axemen, so I had Kitty instead of Kestrel. And I failed the attack first. I ended up timing out on the fight. Brought Kestrel back in, and then the fight gets a little bit sketchy. Bishop dies in here at some point, but all in all, ends up going okay. As I said at the beginning of the video, guys, please leave a like, subscribe, comment. It really does help the channel grow. If anyone wants to stop by the Discord, ask some questions about some of the fights, or even maybe talk about some blue ISO or green ISO tonight, I'm likely going to, say G14, Phyla, Vel, Gamora, and maybe Nebula, and probably bring them all to level 80 tonight so I can do some testing with those as well. Not positive. Potentially might blue ISO Gamora tonight. We'll see what happens with Doom raids and lanes and things like that. But yeah, guys, thanks for stopping by. Swing through the Discord, say hi, and leave a like and comment.